I'm Sarah White from OurDailyCraft.com, and I used to do these weekly summary videos about various craft industry things and personal stuff that I called Our Weekly Craft. This is not that because I haven't done that in all year, maybe since November or so. I don't even remember the last time I did one, but I am front facing today because I wanted to tell you about a little experiment I did in July with Instagram. So sometimes I like to set weird challenges for myself just to see if I can do them, and I've always wanted to post daily on Instagram for a month just to see what would happen. Since we all know Instagram loves reels now, I made it a double challenge that I would post a reel daily, which I did every day for the month of July. It's August 1st as I'm filming this. And so I wanted to share like my results and what I learned, if anything, from this experiment. One thing I did learn is that it is a lot of work to do that. And I probably won't ever do it again because, you know, Instagram is not monetized. I don't have enough followers to get sponsored content, to make any money from doing it. I got some new followers, but there wasn't any like substantial incentive for me to do it, and it's a lot of work. So yeah, but it was kind of interesting to do. So I just pulled my stats. I've got a notebook here, so if I'm looking down, that's why. Which I couldn't figure out how to do the full month. I could only get 30 days, so it's July 2nd through 31st. My reach was 38,800, which was up 1,485% from June, because I probably only posted, I didn't look that up, but I probably only posted, 10 times or fewer in June, let's be honest. Engagements was 506, which is not that many of 38,000. My total follower count is 1,731, which was a net gain of 60 for the month. I had 87 follows and 27 unfollows. The thing that I thought was the funniest though is the post that I did that had the highest reach, which was literally ASMR-ish of just me cranking an iCord maker for like 15 seconds. Received 14,731 views. So that's like a big chunk of that 38,000, right? Almost, well, not quite half, but still, that's a lot for one post. The very next day, I had my lowest reach, which was 63. So one thing I learned is I have no idea what Instagram wants for me unless it's crafty ASMR, because I had a couple of those that I did through the month and they had really good reach, engagement, people saving them because I guess they like the sounds. One of them that I did was crocheting with plastic yarn, so it made this like crinkly noise, which is a big like ASMR noise, I guess. I don't really like those kinds of noises, and actually when I made that video I was intending to take the sound out, and then I was like, oh, this sound was kind of weird, people might like that, so I kept it. And it was another one that was like maybe not as big, but several thousand views on that one, and a lot of people were saving that one, which I thought was weird, but whatever. So yes, what I learned is it's a lot of work. I have no idea what the algorithm wants. Despite posting daily, the number of my actual followers who saw my posts was minuscule regardless of what I posted. It seemed like maybe about 20 of my followers were seeing posts of mine regularly, or per day basically, and I think a lot of them were the same people because they're people who always like things, or thanks for that, guys, or people who just have interacted with my stuff in the past and so they see it in their feed regularly. But the vast majority of my followers still were not seeing my content, even though they have bothered to indicate that they would like to see my content. It was a huge numbers of non-followers and who did not become followers from seeing or even from engaging with the content, because if I had 506 engagements, I did not get 506 new followers or anywhere close. So that's another lesson, is that just because people engage with your content does not mean that they're going to follow you. Just because they follow you does not mean they're going to see your content. And I don't know what to do to fix that. And I don't know that anyone knows what to do, because I'm seeing so much frustration with people on Instagram right now who are saying, I was posting every day. I was posting reels every day because that's what they say that Instagram wants, and that's what you have to do to get seen, to get engagement, all of that. And it's just not working. So the long and short of that is that, it was kind of interesting and fun to do. I'm proud of myself for having done it, because I've tried to do, like photo challenges before, and I'll make it like a week, and then I don't really have anything for this prompt, or I don't really know what to post this day, or I'm tired or whatever, and I just don't do it. But so this is the first time I've ever seen it through to do a whole month of Instagram challenge. So I'm proud of that. I'm proud that I came up with a variety of different things to show. So I wasn't doing knitting every day. There was knitting, there was crochet, there was sewing, there was cat content, of course, there were books. It was a lot of different stuff. And so that kept it fun for me too. I think it would really help to have an editorial calendar of sorts if you were going to do that daily or regular posting, so that you don't have to rely on just, oh, what am I working on today? Or I don't have anything for today. What can I manufacture to make some interesting content? And, it really helped me. If on Friday, I could at least do the Friday, Saturday, Sunday videos, so that I had them ready, so that I didn't have to spend a lot of time on the weekend figuring out what I was going to post, or actually filming, because I could just go in and get it and add captions or whatever. And it was done pretty quickly and easily. And that's probably, if I were to continue or give advice to someone who's trying to post more regularly, it would be that, to have a plan. If there are different kinds of content you want to show, try to schedule them regularly out through your things, so that you're not burning yourself out on the same kind of content, but you're also hopefully getting a mix of your followers and other people seeing your content when you post about different things. But yeah, I feel like there was something else and it went away, but I am really proud that I did it. But I don't think I would do it again, because I'm just not getting anything out of it other than the creative outlet of it, which is fine, but I don't need it daily. It would become something that felt like pressure to do, that I don't want in my life for no purpose. If I were getting paid for it, that's a different thing, but I'm not seeing it driving traffic to my website. I'm not seeing it driving traffic to my YouTube. I'm not seeing it, when I share affiliate links, I'm not seeing it drive purchases. So there's really no reason to try to do that daily. So I'm not saying quitting Instagram or anything, but I'm going back to posting when I want to post, when I have something that I feel like I want to share, when I'm working on something interesting, when I have things to promote, the usual ways that I would have used Instagram in the past. But I am, I'm glad that I did the experiment and that I saw it through and could see, what that level of work got me. 2 followers a day, basically, right? And that's not great. But I don't feel like you can extrapolate anything from that, because it's not again, you can't say, well, my followers don't like that content. My followers didn't see that content. The people who saw it somewhat engaged with it, but it didn't translate into them following my page. So, I don't know if there's a lesson to be learned from that you have. And maybe it's because it was too many different things that people would like an ASMR post, but if they bothered to click through and see what else was on my feed, they didn't want to see cats or crochet content or whatever, and maybe that is, and maybe it's just people scroll and they like things and they don't even notice who made the content and they don't bother to look at their feeds or hit the follow button at the top or whatever. And that's just people, you know, scrolling on Instagram and not paying attention and not caring about particular content creators necessarily enough to go and follow them. So all of that was a long way of saying it was a really interesting experiment. I'm glad I did it. I'll never do it again. You know, I would love to hear if you have done, or if you do currently do, regular, daily, or on some sort of schedule posting on Instagram. If it's changed since they took away the incentive. I never had the Reels incentive. I think at the end of last year, sometime they gave me an incentive that was like $5 or $10 a post, and you could do up to 5 in a 3-week period or something. And so I've made like $50 ever from Instagram. But then they phased out the Reels incentive, so that was, you know, there was no reason for that. But if you had the Reels incentive and it's gone now, are you still posting as much? Do you have a strategy for how often you post? Do you find that it's useful to post? Are your followers actually seeing your posts? I'd love to hear about all of that. So hopefully I will be back soon with a more in-depth what I've been doing when I'm working on sort of video, because it's been a really long time and I kind of miss doing it. But that was all I had for today. So I hope that you have a great crafty rest of your week, and I'll talk to you again soon.